30 seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's Anish, and we have some news for y'all. The Texans are cutting running back Phillip Lindsay, and he heads to the waivers. And I can't say that I'm surprised by this move. It seems like he had it coming. He had 2 games with negative rushing yards, and overall very not like amazing play at all. His best game was against the Colts, where he had 7 carries for 39 yards. But other than that, he just was not like running the ball very well with their O line. And granted, it's their O line, but definitely not good production whatsoever. But so yeah, so that leaves our running back room with David Johnson, Cody Phillips, who's currently on IR, and he will be back. I mean, he will be available to return in about 1 or 2 more weeks, since he was placed on IR 2 weeks ago. So we'll see about that. And the Texans also signed Royce Freeman, so I don't know if we'll play him at all. But yeah, it's crazy how at the beginning of the season we thought that this running back group of Ingram, Phillip Lindsay, and David Johnson could shock the world, but now we're just left with David Johnson. But Drew, what are your thoughts on this move so far?
Yeah, Phillip Lindsay was not productive at all. Actually, his PFF rating, if that matters to anyone, is 57.8. He was given 50 carries for 130 yards and 1 rushing touchdown, but the yards per carry is atrocious with 2.6. And in that one game against the Colts, which was his best game, he had 7 carries for 39 yards, but his long was a run of 35 yards. So out of those 6 other carries that he had, he only gained 4 yards. So that's not very good at all. And then, of course, the game after Mark Ingram was traded, he got a little more production there. But otherwise, this running game has been struggling. Is it necessarily Phillip Lindsay's fault? Maybe not. The O-line has been shifting around. The O-line has been struggling in the run game. Tim Kelly has not really designed much of a run game for us, as he hasn't done in the past 2 years, really. So this is all a collection of everything for the reason why Phillip Lindsay is going to be released here. Now, you do have some other options. You have Royce Freeman. You have Cody Phillips coming back in Week 14 versus the Seahawks, possibly, which he should be able to return. I'm sure the Texans want him to return, too, as he's the youngest running back in that running back room and the only guy with really a future here. And David Johnson should be gone in the next year or two, hopefully this year. And then also you could see maybe Jeff Driscoll. Get a little more action there, mixing some packages. You never know what they're going to do, because I'm not really sure if Royce Freeman is in their plans at all, but otherwise, I think Phil Lindsay is more of a product of the Texans here, why he's being released. But he could be signed to a contender and be productive there, but by any means, he did not have a great season, and that's why he's going to be released.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate fit. Yeah, I was super excited about the Phillip Lindsay signing. I thought we could have maybe turned his career around with us, but unfortunately that was not the case. So, Aaron Reeves brought up a interesting question: who's going to finish as the Texans' rushing leader? And so far, even though Mark Ingram was traded like a few weeks ago, he's still a rushing leader at 294 yards. David Johnson second and 137. Phil Lindsay, now cut, had 130 yards. Tyrod Taylor 106 yards, and Rex Burkhead with a nice 69 yards. So, I just want to ask you, who do you think will end up as a rushing leader?
I'm going to go ahead and say Tyrod Taylor if he plays every single game. Now, hopefully he doesn't play every single game. We'll see one more Davis Mills eventually, hopefully. I think Tyrod, after the game he had, as the times you saw he was mobile, you saw the 2 rushing touchdowns. I think the Texans will continue to give him the ball, put the ball in Tyrod's hands. He'll get the job done in some scenarios. And I think that even though he won't have many rushing yards, neither will any of these running backs in the Texans running back room, but Tyrod will probably finish with the most rushing yards.
Yeah, I actually thought I'm thinking Rex Burkhead maybe. Although he wasn't like super efficient last game, he seemed to get a lot of volume, so I think that might be the reason what puts him over. David Johnson, he's getting like slowly less and less snaps, and unfortunately we can't cut David Johnson because that would end up us like having about more like dead money than like savings, but cutting Phillip Lindsay actually gave us $2 million in savings. So So we signed him to a 1 year, $3.25 million contract with $500,000 in incentives, and then cutting him since it's post June. We got $2 million in savings, but it was $1 million in dead money. So the Texans actually made cap space by doing this move. So just another reason why this move is good, and we'll see if this frees up the running back room for Scotty Phillips. I think we all want to see Scotty Phillips play. Let him get some more snaps. We haven't seen enough from him, and that will give us a good indication of whether or not we should draft a running back in the upcoming draft, at least early rather than late, perhaps. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Let us know your thoughts on this roster move. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.